Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
Lindsay has been a coach and trainer for over 20 years. He's helped everyone from stay-at-home parents, busy CEOs, NRL players, and even Olympians to raise their vitality. David has taken his years and experiences in the fitness world, both as an athlete and coach, and has brought it all together to raise the vitality and performance of employees. So he's going to share his 5 steps to improved vitality. Welcome, David.
Thank you very much. And when's the last time you came to work and went, bah, 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 got punched in the face? As a former cage fighter, I'd get punched, I'd get kicked, and I'd get wrestled on a daily basis. And I mean the real type of wrestling, not this WWE sort of stuff, yet I still came out looking this good. But in all seriousness, I learned many systems and strategies from my time as martial arts, both as an athlete and coach. It can help anybody, and therefore any team, improve their vitality. Now, I want you to think about, what does vitality mean to you? Vitality to me is having vim, vigor, passion for what you do. Vitality actually comes from the Latin word vitalis, meaning of or belonging to life. Let's have a look at your vital signs. You have your pulse rate, your respiratory and breathing, and you have your blood pressure. If you don't have these, you're perceived as being dead, or in the very least, a very bad way. So if vitality is low or non-existent, well, you're not doing as well as can be expected. Who here got up this morning, jumping out of bed, ready to take on the day? Or did you hit the snooze? Oh, good, I like it. Or did you hit the snooze button? Drag yourself out of bed and maybe need a cup of coffee to get yourself snapping into action. Are you someone that you know that you're supposed to start work at 9 o'clock? Yes, you may get there at 9, but you fluff around for 10, 15, or 20 minutes before you snap into action, because I know this one really annoys me. Or do you have a project or department that just isn't going according to plan and they're just a little unsure of what to do? That's a few examples of where vitality may be lowered. I'm David Lindsay, and I've been a full-time coach and trainer for over 20 years, and I'm a vitality expert. And I'll put together a simple 5-step system to raise your vitality. There are many similarities between a sports team and a business team. And that is how I want you to look at it. If you're the boss, owner, or manager of your team, you're the coach and trainer. If an employee, you are the athlete. Every single successful sporting team and individual knows the importance of creating rituals to help them snap into action. There's the most successful international sporting franchise in history. They also have the most famous ritual of all. It's known in America, Asia, and right here in Australia. Just as we have Rafael Nadal, who does bounce, 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 underpick, hair behind the ear, and serve. If I bet my bottom dollar there's nothing wrong with his undies, this is just his ritual. And as I said, I'm a fighter, so I can't afford to waste 5 or 10 seconds once I get into the cage, or there's a very real possibility I could get knocked out or taken down and get put in a very bad situation. So we need the easiest, the simplest way to change your state. And you'll see that every fighter comes out to their own theme song. So utilizing music. Music is a great mood alterer. It can help pump you up if you're feeling flat, or it can also help calm you down if you're feeling a bit anxious. My song was Wolf Mother, Joker and the Thief. And even now, when I hear that song, it still gets me going. It still gets me moving, and it still gets me pumped up. And in Sydney and most capital cities around the world, unfortunately, people spend hours and hours commuting to and from work each and every day. So why not make the most of that time? Something on the way to work that can help pump you up, get you excited, get you snapping into action. On the way home, something that can help calm you down. Because undoubtedly, we all have our own rituals. We get up at the same time, shower the same way, have the same breakfast, even get to work the exact same way, day after day, week after week, maybe even year after year. We just need to tweak things just that little bit. In sports, as in business, we have different positions requiring different skill sets and different mindsets. So isn't it only natural that we require different rituals? I mean, when I was coaching football teams, we didn't get the big hulking forwards jumping up under the high ball, as you would for the fullbacks and wingers. Just as we don't have the little halfbacks doing heavy hit-ups as we would for the forwards. We need to make it specific to the position, to the person, and to the requirement. So another very easy way that you can change your state, as Isaac said before, is the use of the posture. The Superman pose, the power pose. Because research shows that holding this pose for as little as 2 minutes can help raise your testosterone while lowering your cortisol, getting yourself into a peak state. So when you move with purpose, passion, and power. So these are two great modes by themselves. You combine them and they become a superpower. Combine the power of music and the power of posture, and before you know it, you're flying high. And another thing that I love to use is the power of self-talk. But you just have to be aware that it can be positive, but quite often it can also be negative. When you're speaking negatively to yourself, catch yourself, flip it up, and turn it into positive. But you need to create your own unique ritual. And once you've done that to snap into action, you then go to the second step, which is nap. Many people love it when I say this because they go, yes, I get to have a sleep, and that is part of it, but not what I'm going to share with you today. Today, I'm going to talk about our mind, being able to switch off and switch away from work. Because think of your mind as a muscle. When you go to the gym, you do your squats, you do your chin-ups, your presses, whatever you do. When you first start at it, your muscles end up so sore and sorry. You're walking like you're broken. But what you've done is you've stressed the muscle out, you've broken it down, you give it time to rest and recover, and then you go again and again. And that's what many people don't realize. They have their phones available with them at all times. We're accessible 24/7, 365. So we don't have this downtime. It's time for our mind to recover, our mind to relax so that we can snap back into action. So have you guys heard of the Pomodoro technique? It's been scientifically proven to help you retain more information and be more productive. As I said, think of your mind as a muscle. What we're doing is we're doing one thing. So we have no distractions, no phone calls, no emails, no nothing. You're just concentrating on that one thing. And you're going to start off with 20 minutes. And 20 minutes of intense focus, that's hard. But then once the alarm goes off, you get up, you go for a walk, you get the blood pumping, you get moving, you catch up on those emails, phone calls, you just get the body moving. And as with weight, you need to increase the stress once you've been going for a while. So you might do more sets, more reps, higher weight, faster, slower, change it up. Same as with the Pomodoro technique. What you're going to do once you get used to that 20 minutes, you're going to build up to 25, 30. I like to tap out at 45 minutes. Research does show us so that the elite minds, the scientists, the mathematicians, they can have that focus for up to 90 minutes. But then there's a sharp decline after that. So that's why I like to tap out after 45 minutes. And who here tends to have a lunch break? Because many people I know, they wear as a badge of honor. I worked my way through lunch again. I actually see this as poor time management, or you simply can't get the work done you're supposed to do. Because there's research that shows that we're 16 to 20% more productive if we leave the office, if we go for lunch, we go for a walk, we eat nutritious food. We don't sit at the desk having a high-fat, high-sugar donut. That's why we get the 2 p.m. slump. Get out, get moving. And whether it's with the Pomodoro technique or you go for the walk for lunch, you then must go from nap, you then snap back into action. Having snapped into action, we're going to go to the third step, which is tap. Many people think of tapping as giving up and quitting, but I want you to reframe that as allowing you to step back, analyze the situation, realign, reconnect, and refocus at the task at hand. This time going about it with a different strategy to not get caught in the same position. We can use this in business, and we do use it in business, but I'll explain it in fighting. Say I'm fighting someone and he catches me in an armbar. Yes, there's a certain point where I can fight, where I can try and get out, but there's also a certain point when he's trying to pop his hips, which will either hyperextend my elbow, dislocate it, or break the arm. So I can either fight it and risk that, or I can tap. We stop. I learn how he got me in the armbar. I learn how to protect my arm, how to escape from it. And it's the very same in business. But if you have had to tap, you can't hang your head in shame and hope the rest of the world is going to feel sorry for you. No, no, no. You pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and then you snap back into action. Having snapped into action, we're going to go down the chain now. Simply, we're going to clap, celebrate. And I'm going to celebrate this whole event. This is brilliant. We should all give ourselves a pat on the back. And in teamwork, in sports, we celebrate all the time. We have a small win, small celebration. Big win, man, we raise the roof. Because when you're celebrating, you're bringing the team together. And we all know that we're more willing to do someone that we care about, that we love, than we are even for ourselves. And we know that they're going to do the same for us. And that might be spending more time, putting more effort in. Like, I'm a competitive guy, but when I have someone I care about, I go above and beyond for them. So celebrate, bring the team together. And then the fifth and final step is recap. This is about continuous, never-ending improvement. And that's in everything we do. And it doesn't matter if you're world number one. It doesn't matter if you stay there, you're going to get overtaken and forgotten about. You can be the best in your business, but if you don't keep improving, you're going to get forgotten about. We do this all the time in sports. When I was coaching football, I'd sit down, I'd take down notes, write down what worked and what didn't work. I'd then watch it with the other coaches because we all see things slightly different. Then we watch it a third time. This time the players would get a handout of the sheet and we watch it with them. This opens lines of communications, not just top to bottom, but more importantly, bottom to top. It opens that lines of communication and it creates buy-in because as a coach, I want problems. I need problems, but we also need solutions. So what can we do to be better in the next game? What can we do better to be in the next fight? What can we do better to be a better person? And then once we've had that recap, we then go back again and it starts again. We snap back into action. And at the start, I mentioned the most successful international sporting franchise in history. Because we're low on time, I'm going to tell you who it is. It's the All Blacks. And of course, we know what their ritual is. It's the haka. What they do something physical. They do something verbal. They do something spiritual, which changes you at a mental state. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take some gifts from that. We're going to do something physical. We're going to do something verbal that will change your state. So everyone, I want you to stand up. No matter where you are in the world, you're probably in the room by yourself. So we're going to do it just once. So I want to be able to feel your energy come through here. So what we're going to do, as I said, we're either going to slap your thighs or slap your chest, then let out a primal roar. Okay, ready on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Okay, that's good. And that's what we need to do, whether it's for the next fight, for the next game, or for the next project at work. Now, I am David Lindsay, your vitality expert, and keep the energy going for the rest of the guys on here. It's a fantastic event. Thank you.
Bravo! Oh, I felt like a lion, lioness.
Yes, as you should.
You know, actually what is coming through, with Isaac and with David, it's what you're saying, but you are saying who you are. And it is so much more than just words. We can feel who you are, and it's almost like a transmission we feel. David, like I feel the increase in vitality. That's
what we're aiming for. And I love it because it is truly who I am. It's not a persona that I've put up. It's stuff that I have bought from all these different fields. And if I can share it to as many people as possible, that's what I love to do. I love seeing people change and people walking out and they're pumped up and they're ready to attack the day, the night, attack whatever they're doing. And I just love that feeling.
Thank you so much. I will share the certificate. So the World United presents the Certificate of Speaker to David Lindsay for being an esteemed speaker in Global Transformation Festivals 2021 Australia. And I present this to you on behalf of Dr. Yugandhar and Grandma Parisha. Thank you, David.